Pillars of Eternity continues. Welcome back, folks. We've rewound the clock a bit. See if we can actually get into that chesticle.
Yes.
Alrighty then. Might as well go knock this guy down. Walder Three Fingers is Walder No Fingers. Lug Lug. Despite your best efforts, the lock holds fast. They won't let Aloth unlock it. So, unfortunately, Mr. Satan, I don't think we're going to be able to do that.
Well?
However, I could temporarily pay to respec Lug Lug. I wonder if the money value goes up. Let me try something. This is just a test.
Hello.
I'm here for some quiet time. We'll see how much this actually affects Lug Lug. Alright, we've respec'd Lug Lug to now have some mechanics. And of course divvied out survival. I actually was thinking about giving him a point in lore because this might come in handy with certain dialogue options, but I don't know. See if we can get in this confounded chest now. Mr. Satan wants it done, so we must do it. There's some evil shit to be had here. After a little bit of work, the lock turns with a satisfying clunk and you're able to pull away the padlock. The sea chest contains a sea captain's hat and a finely wrought rapier. And nothing else. It seems Captain Fortunero greatly values his hat. I'm gonna take both! Respecking Lug Lug in order to show some cool evil shit is A-okay in my book. Especially because this has a little follow-up to it.
Hello.
Any luck finding the chest? Here you are. Well, thank you, thank you. I don't know what to say. He blinks, glancing down at the sea chest. This is lighter than I expected. Not sure. But never mind that. You saved my life, friend. Truly, I owe you one. Here, the week's wages, just like I promised. You know I did just save your life. Oh, of course. Let me think. I know. You can have this. He reaches for the amulet around his neck and hands it to you. It's all I have. Hope it brings you some luck. The good old drinking hoard of moderation. I think we decided that goes to Ronstack. Fortunero's rapier. Light and fast rapiers are precise weapons. This one is meticulously polished. The hilt is surrounded by elaborate gilded guards and quillions. Let Eddard hang on to it. Sugar. Gotta redo that. Might have taken too long, but there's a secret merchant that's here at midnight only. Should have actually hit him before we went. Let's see if he's there. I don't think he's going to be there. Yeah, he's still here. A hooded figure leans against a wall. When he notices you draw near, he stands upright and raises his hand to halt your approach. If you know the words, speak them and we can do business. If not, then we are done speaking. I apologize for the unpleasantries. I am Kurd, the Midnight Merchant, as some would say. I deal in sensitive commodities. Precautions must be taken. Now let's do business. So obviously we can spend quite a bit of money here with Kurt. He gets all the rare gems, and this is where we can pick up on those. For instance, we can take all his Adra. We might as well buy all the cheap stuff. For different enchantments. $345. I'm willing to spend 1,000 for now. Well, let's see. I got 26,000. Let's take it to the next level. Hey, that's 2,400 and gems. I don't know that I necessarily even need those. Put them all back. We need to find out what we want for what enchantments we want. For instance, we'll leave that transaction. That guy's all pissed. I picked up all that shit and then put it all down. It's like, what the fuck? Thought I was about to make a killing. Fuck you. Getter 7 was saying the Cloak of Many Feathers might be good on Lug Lug as well, because if we run into something that requires an athletic check, that'll help with that. I think we can put it on him if we cross that path also. The main point I think Getter is also making is that we want to hang on to specific magic items that increase specific attributes like that for temp buffs, even if we're just putting it on and taking it off to pass a certain test or to get a certain result off the dialogue. For instance, had I had a helmet of mechanics, I could have put that on Lug Lug, and if it gave me +4, I wouldn't have had to respec him. Captain Ford Tenaro's hat. Lug Lug, want to try this on. Ooh! Psy art! Psy! We need Lug Lug in this cool fucking hat! Obviously can't leave that on because we need our awesome +2 athletics and dex we're already getting from the stag helm. Athletic as fuck! By the way, this is what we ended up with. He's actually got a 10 in athletics without the helm, but now he's at 12, 4 mechanics, and 6 survival. So, still getting access to level 6 camping bonuses. We'll move that to 7, level 7 actually, because I like getting that extra damage reduction bonus. And hopefully there's some survival dialogue options that we can run into later. Still not sure what I want to do on enchanting. This is my fun sword right now. Slaying. Obviously Kith would be great. So Moonstones, Vessel Flesh. We got all this. We don't have Barris Bell. So get +5 accuracy against all these different kinds of characters. Or we could do it against Beast or Spirits, or... I think that's a good enchantment. Anyways, don't need to do it now, but the point is that Moonstones are obviously helpful. Slash proof and crush proof. We need amethyst, turquoise, jasper. So they're all worth buying. You could end up using all of them, but if you need specific ones, for instance, +2 might, we need some diamonds. I think this is pretty good. We're going to use a primal wind. Fuck it. +2 might on my arrow breaker now, baby. Don't be giving me new armor, because this is my shit now. Lug Lug's at that 23. I'm gonna buy my 2 diamonds back. And look how expensive those other stones end up getting. We know Moonstone's worth our time. Anyways, this guy will be here He's not marked on our map or anything, but he is there. Skybreaker quest, we put Kana on that last time. And we're still working on the barracks for another day and 16 hours.
What is it?
Right. Let's see. Gonna head upstairs here. Second level of the Salty Mast. Nice ring. You may enter. Legendary. The plaque beneath the display case reads the legendary Gilt Blade of Lorn, capable of smiting any foe dead with a single blow. Broken in the Battle of Tower Watch. So, you remember, I see. You here for exclusive club equipment? He folds his arms. Broadly speaking, you own the club for refined and prestigious gentlemen on the upper floor of the Salty Mast. He tilts his head. More specifically, you own the members-only lounge, which means you've been part of the club for at least a year. He eyes you suspiciously. Our rules are strict, but they keep the riffraff out. Mostly.
Show me your shit, asshole!
I've been collecting the finest equipment for over a decade. I guarantee you won't find a superior collection. Whoa, look at all this shit. We are not going to read through all of this, nor am I going to buy any of this quite yet. I need to, check with my mom first and make sure any of this is worth spending money on. But we'll read them all eventually as we come up here. Trying to focus on spending money on the stronghold and just seeing what we find, because obviously some of the weapons we have are going to be better than the stuff here. Some of the stuff we find eventually is going to be better than the stuff here. So it's always questionable whether or not to actually purchase something out of the shop, especially for 9,000 copper. But here we have the spectacular Spetum, which is a unique poleaxe, two-handed. The versatile poleaxe is a powerful and flexible weapon that can deal devastating blows even against a fully armored opponent. Its straight-bladed axe head is opposed by a hammer, allowing the wielder to switch between different damage types as circumstances require. It's got plus 10 accuracy granted to an ally attacking the same target. Gives you an additional enemy when you're engaging them. It's a pretty nice weapon. Definitely something to consider. Don't think it does the damage that my current two-handed sword does. And it has 6 out of 14 enchantments. Then we have the Tema Purak. Well, it's a great sword renowned for its ability to cause deadly wounds even against terrible beasts. Though it is relatively slow and requires the use of both hands, it's truly devastating when used by a skilled warrior. Does 25 corrode damage %. Crits can inflict prone, which is pretty cool. Plus 4 accuracy and 15 damage from being a fine weapon. If it was an exceptional weapon, I might actually consider purchasing this. However, we already have a fine two-handed sword that does plus 25 crush damage, as you can see here. Justice. Justice also does 22 to 31 damage. It's enhanced. We also have Krait's Remorse. The big brother of this mace. Morning Stars are two-handed weapons, topped with a spiked head. They lack the armor-penetrating power of maces, but are effective against a wider range of armor types. Although this has 18 to 26 crush damage, accuracy versus deflection. Still a nice weapon. It's exceptional. You can see there the modifiers double, so it's plus 8 accuracy, plus 30% to damage. So that's actually a really cool weapon for now because we don't have any access to enchanting and making exceptional weapons on our own. Have to give some of these some thought and come maybe look and compare when we're not recording because it wastes a lot of time, obviously. The Crooked Bee-Bow, it's Hunting Bow. Also, a lot of these weapons don't have their own specific stories, even though they have unique names. They don't have the unique stories that the ones you end up finding in the wilderness do. So we'll keep that in mind, and we shall be back as we see fit.
Eder, how is it you Eothasians stay so optimistic? The world has not given your kind much reason to hope.
You get to a certain point and you realize you got two options. You can go mad with grief and tear out all your hair and check yourself into the sanitarium, or you can wait for better days.
Well, feathers in my case. But I understand your point.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Alright, so let's do some questing outside of the city for a little bit here. We're going to look for this scroll. Set an abandoned farm, and we happen to be by an abandoned farm earlier at the Woodland Plains, which brings us back here. We're assuming it will be guarded at this point. And we assumed correctly. We have some named enemies here. Maybe let's reload. And see if we can get a better... Whoa! Got fucking Yogi the Bear and shit helping him out. Eager. All kinds of named enemies. So let's reload and get a better vantage point on this.
Of course. I shall.
Ah, thank you. Worth it. Rah!
What?
Riff!
I'm ready.
Unite!
The paladin Hiram Rath came across a countryside village beset by ghouls and made it his life's work to rid the world of undead. He believed that their very existence was a blasphemy against the gods and a scourge on all kith. And having observed the creatures prowling by night and skulking in dark places, he fell prey to them common misconceptions about their nature. He had his order create armor that shone with the light of the sun, believing them vulnerable to daylight. Unfortunately, he tested this theory in the cleansing of a crowded vampire den, discovering too late that light only allured creatures to his presence. Published research by Animash has since dispelled many of the dangerous myths surrounding the undead. Okay, if you say so. I think undead are pretty fucking dangerous myself. Cool armor, DR9, grants Sunbeam 3 times per rest. Doesn't look like it does anything specific against undead though. Just says 20 to 35 burn damage. I'm going to kind of go over all of our items and stuff that we've collected before the next video and see what I think fits best. And then if I make any changes, we'll go over that. But I don't want to do too much contrast and comparing while we're on camera if I don't have to. It slows down the flow of the gameplay, and we're already slowing it down by reading every goddamn word the game brings to us. The scroll first appears to be gibberish, a collection of symbols and characters with no apparent connection between them. As you study them, however, you could swear the characters begin to move. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, they shift and crisscross and realign, and you're able to read the text. A simpleton seeks out a wise man said to know the answer to every question. Please, says the simpleton, you have to help me. The world terrifies me. I wake each morning and I don't know why. I make choices each day and I don't know what will happen as a result. I go to sleep each night and I don't know whether it'll be my last. When the simpleton finishes, he notices the wise man is weeping. The simpleton apologizes profusely and asks the wise man what he has said to upset him. The wise man shakes his head and wipes the tears from his eyes. He answers, some people have all the luck. I don't get it. And I ain't reading it again. As you take the scroll, you hear a voice. You have found it, and now lose it again.
Huh? That defeats the purpose of finding it in the first place.
No. It is the beginning of finding it again. You think this theft was an accident? The voice seems to shift as if the speaker were constantly changing age, race, and sex. My relics were never meant to stay in one place for long. They are meant to be lost and found. It is the search that gives a thing value.
Take it to the Black Meadow.
Find the drake that faces east and bury it
Neath its scowl.
and give me those fucking taxes. Skybreaker completed. For years, an aged wizard has been traveling up and down the northwest coast of Deerwood, performing experiments in the middle of terribly violent storms. Locals have never been certain if the wizard was taking advantage of the weather or if she's causing the phenomenon herself. In recent months, the wizard has not been seen, but farmers reported a dark, roiling cloud passing through otherwise clear skies. In the process of tracking the strange storms, Kana discovered that the old wizard had somehow transformed herself into a unique type of magical blight. In this storm-like form, she has continued to float around above Deerwood, unable to shift back into her original elf body. Kana was able to arduously communicate with her by observing a confusing series of thunderclaps and lightning strikes. The wizard directed Kana to her laboratory in the outskirts of the Gilded Vale. After performing a small series of simple operations in the lab, Kana was able to return the grateful wizard to her natural form. In gratitude, she gave Kana a storm-generating rod. Two-handed. Let's check it out. This powerful rod was the creation of an aged elven wizard who trapped herself in the form of a raging storm that drifted over Deerwood for some time. While the rod is not as fantastic a demonstration of the wizard's power as her transformation, it contains potent storm magic. This is really fucking cool how they created this. Your hirelings can go on side quests and then bring you back experience and minor items or major items or whatever. Getting these really cool, unique, magical items just off of these kind of side quests is something that Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale, they didn't have anything like this, so I think it's an awesome addition. This looks like it adds a chant. Returning storm. The thunder rolled like waves in the Black Seas. I guess anyone can use it. Return to Grimda and Copper Lane. I've recovered the stolen scroll that remains to deliver back to Grimda at the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. I just had the strangest experience. I heard a voice in my head and it told me to hide the scroll again. It directed me to bury it in the Black Meadow under the skull of a drake looking east. It sounded like a message from Whale itself. We got a forest lurker that's regened. We're a much stronger party now. Not going down without a fight.
Got wood?
Alright, so we got the scroll. Now what do we do with it? I definitely want to go bury it in the Black Meadow. Not return it to Grimda. Stormwall Gorge. Okay, don't think this is where the cave is. Oh, Serine Falls, that's where we want to go. Well, let's waste 2 hours. It'll help us get our stronghold built. Need to click down here, south-south.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Hopefully we are ready for this. Fear got a vision of a cave at a place with multicolored pools and a rising waterfall. She believes that something there would restore her faith, but she also believes something else there would try to kill her. If I were to find this item, she might be able to resume her duties and resurrect the sacred fires of Defiance Bay. Firga didn't know where the place was she saw in her vision, but someone at the expedition hall might know. I found a map pinpointing the location of a place called Serine Falls. It's a long journey, but at least I know where it is now. And that's where we are. Holy fuck balls! You gonna just throw a drake? I mean, that might as well be a dragon. Spread out. I don't know if this thing breathes fire. Oh shit.
This thing
Are you serious? We got 3 of these things coming?
isn't doing the job.
Okay. Not fucking around. She's like fucking about to go down, dude. Barring death's door. Let's see what we get here. It's definitely blessed time. Not sure how much that's gonna help.
Oh, it
Respec, were that? That's it!
No, don't do that. Knock down the big guy. There we go.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Holy shit balls. That's one hell of a way to enter.
Yes.
Primal flame. Bright little magical flames leap and spark with magical energy.
What is it?
I saw a third Drake over there, so let's save. Wow. Sure I'm supposed to come here now? Very cool graphics. I like how when they die, they land and fall plummet to the ground. Here's the other one. See if I can get his attention.
Of course. No prisoners!
Oh, yeah. I did a great job of getting their attention.
Yes.
Holy shit! Man, shouldn't be fighting with this sword either.
Hey. Doing the job.
And a small flame blight, fantastic.
Well,
That's not very helpful.
Holy shit, man! I'm gonna need to be healed for this. That's fucking ridiculous. Okay, I got one super heal. Better save that. No, that's great. Nothing like getting engaged with the Drake.
how much for you?
Oh man, we pissed him off from the wrong fucking side.
How may I help? Lava will be on seek! Lava! This thing isn't doing the job. Thing isn't doing the job. Lava will be on. Lava.
What?
Frenzy again, fuck it.
So much for you.
Like a little shaman Zorup, check him out. A high priest. This is manageable, but you definitely have to manage it.
What? Oh,
What the hell are you doing down there, Blood? Really?
That's not very.
More Zorups coming to your rescue, Drake. I'm gonna end this vid with some epic battles for everybody.
as you wish.
Welcome to Serine Falls. Crikey. Damn, look at that damage reduction too, baby. Heal multiplier too. Plus 40% to healing received. I'm cool with the damage reduction. That's pretty cool. You can keep jacking it up though. I like that they did that. It gives it a little bit more meaning that you can go through the tiers again and make them even stronger. I don't know. Let's explore. I like pushing it to the limit. No spells. Rostock still has some spells.
Yes?
Some more Zorups. The champion! It's a kobold champion. Should give Lug that fine hunting bow. Of course, he's got the crossbow too. He doesn't need both. I need a completely different type of weapon. That's just my... That's my drag him over here weapon. Eder doesn't have one. By the way, Eder, it's time to go back to this. We're not fighting spirits anymore. Endurance is supposed to be pretty good with pistols. Because he's a worshiper of Magrin. A fine saber. I don't know why you have a fine saber. Everyone should have a missile weapon. Since everyone can use a missile weapon. Her breastplate helps her out a lot when she goes under 25% health. It's pretty nice, really. Need to be level 8 before we can start crafting exceptional. Next level, not too far off.
As you wish.
Indeed.
Ooh, the mouth of a cave, everyone. We are here, but of course we need to finish scouting the outside world first. I'm kind of afraid to go in the middle here. You can see these swirling color pools that Figra saw in her vision. Oh, lovely. It is a regular drake. Oh, that was close. That was close.
What is it?
Alright, folks, that wraps it up for this video. Stay tuned for more Serine Falls and Pillars of Eternity soon to come.